Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be talking about calculating slope and something called HOY-VUX, HOY-VUX. So our goal is to calculate the slope of a line from 2 points and from a graph. We will calculate the slope of a line from 2 points and from a graph. The slope is simply how we determine how steep a line is. You can think of a ski slope. Determine how steep a line is. Our formula is this: m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Some people like to say rise over run. Do you remember our y equals mx plus b equation? Well, m is the slope. There's the m. We're going to be figuring out the slope, the m, in y equals mx plus b. All right, when we have 2 points on a line, I always start at the lower point and count up. 1, 2, 3. I rise 3. Rise is going to be the numerator. And the run is going to be the denominator. So I counted up 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go to the right this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the run is going to be 4. So the slope is 3 over 4. Let's try another one. As I say, I like to start at the lower point. So I'm going to be counting up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise is 4. And from there I'm going left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went left 5, so the run is negative 5. So the slope is 4 over negative 5, or negative 4 over positive 5. You can write it either way. There are different types of slope. This is supposed to say types of slope. A positive slope means the line goes up to the right. And a negative slope means the line goes down to the right. Say that to yourself. Positive slope, up to the right. Negative slope, down to the right. A zero slope means a line is horizontal. It goes straight across. It has no slope. Oh, that's not quite right. It doesn't have no slope. It has a zero slope. Can you imagine skiing on a slope that has no slope, has a zero slope? Wouldn't be much fun, would it? All right. The other one is undefined. That is a vertical line. That's supposed to be a vertical line. A vertical line has an undefined slope. All the other slopes will be numbers, but an undefined slope, a vertical line, is a word. Undefined. Okay, from 2 points we can find slope. Let's start by writing our formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And some people like to write the x's and y's above the numbers of the points. Let's see, x1, y1, x2, y2. So we plug that in and we get 8 minus 5 over 4 minus 3. 8 minus 5 is 3, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So 3 over 1 is the slope. And 3 over 1 is the same as 3. When we're doing algebra and we're getting slopes, we always need to be thinking that an integer can be made to be a fraction by putting a 1 underneath. So the slope of this line is 3, or 3 over 1. Let's do another one. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. let's see, x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's going to be y2 minus y1, that is 7 minus 6, over x2 minus x1, that's negative 3 minus negative 3. Minus negative becomes plus positive, and then I get 7 minus 6 is 1, and negative 3 plus 3 is 0. When I get a fraction with 0 on the bottom, can I divide by 0? No, I cannot. This is our undefined slope. Whenever we get 0 in the denominator, our slope is undefined. The whole word. You have to write the whole word. All right, let's do a couple more examples. We already did these two. Let's see, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I get 10 minus 10 over negative 13 minus 6. 10 minus 10 is 0. Negative 13 minus 6 is negative 19. Not that it matters, because 0 divided by anything is 0. So here we have a slope of 0, and that is going to be a horizontal line. And one more. x1, y1, x2, y2. So m is equal to negative 20 minus 8 over negative 12 minus negative 6. Minus negative becomes plus positive, and negative 20 minus 8 is negative 28, and negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. I always have to reduce my fractions. What goes into negative 28 and negative 6? I can divide them both by negative 2, and I will get m is equal to 14 over 3. That's the slope of the line that goes through those 2 points. And now you'll see why we like fractions so much. Okay, what if we have a line and we have to figure out the slope from the line? Well, I mark 2 points on the line. Let me get a different color here. I mark 2 points on the line, any 2 points, doesn't matter which 2. In fact, there's another one over there. I'm going to start from this point on the y-axis. And as I said before, I like to go up first. So I only go up 1 to get even with the other point. So my numerator is 1. And then I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3. I went right 3, so the slope is 1 over 3. Up 1, right 3. All right, I'm going to find a couple points on this other line here. As I said before, I like to go up first. So I start here and go 1, 2, 3. I went up 3. This time I have to go left from the point where I stopped. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm going left 3, so that's negative 3. 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. So our slope is negative 1 over 1, or negative 1. What if we have a vertical line? Remember we talked about this. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. Undefined. It's the word undefined. And the slope of a horizontal line is going to be 0. A horizontal line has a slope of 0, and a vertical line has a slope that is undefined. So now, HOY and VUX, these are little codes to help us remember this. H stands for horizontal. O stands for 0 slope, not no slope, a slope of 0. And Y stands for Y equals a number. That means the equation is just going to have Y in it. Let's see, Y equals negative 4 is going to cross the Y-axis at negative 4. And there's the horizontal line, Y equals negative 4. VUX, V stands for vertical. These are good things to memorize. U stands for undefined. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. And this is interesting. The vertical line has an equation that starts x equals. Over here, this line crosses at -2, so this equation is x equals -2. Let's graph x equals 5. That's supposed to be a 5. So that means it crosses the x-axis at 5 and is a vertical line. There we go. Vertical line, x equals 5. All right, your U-tries. U-try number 1. Graph these points and figure out the slope. -3, 4, and 4, 1. Use the formula to figure out the slope. Check by graphing the lines, the points. All right, here's U-try number 2. 1, -3, and 7, 3. U-try 3, you can see the line is already there. Figure out the slope from the points that are marked on the line. Make sure you reduce your fractions. U-try 4, let's do these points. 2, -2, and 2, 6. Find the slope. You might want to graph those points and draw that line. And U-try 5, 2, -4, and 0, -4. Find the slopes of all those lines. All right, memorize that formula, bring your questions to class, and we'll see you then.